So Cyberpunk 2077 is making a huge comeback with its highly anticipated expansion, Phantom Liberty, which has the biggest DLC budget in the history of CDPR. But would you like to know some intriguing secret features and hidden details about the story, gameplay, characters and much more? Today, I will share 10 facts you probably did not know about the new Cyberpunk 2077 expansion Phantom Liberty, which is releasing on September 26th. Phantom Liberty will be a spy thriller adventure, sort of a James Bond experience with cyberware, interlaps with espionage missions that blend cutting-edge technology with classic spy intrigue. You will embark on your high-stake missions to save the NUS president. We will discuss her and other characters in detail a bit later. But here, an interesting story point is that V is contacted by an NUS intelligence analyst who is known as Songbird and offers to cure him of his life-threatening health condition, provided V helps NUSA or the new United States of America. So we can expect some enhanced gadgets, some newly developed skills, maybe even an enhanced remote-controlled spider bot with stealth and combat gadgets and stuff. And we will discuss that in a bit, but let's talk about the world where Phantom Liberty is set, Dogtown. Phantom Liberty will let you roam free in Dogtown, situated in the Eastern Pacifica, which is a combat zone. A brutal location in Night City, not for the weak at heart, and a place where criminals loom large, a place that functions outside the jurisdiction of law and order. There's a lot of lore around the combat zone. This is a place where security and police units went missing, and only the heavily armed trauma team and combat cabs have attempted to enter this area and successfully returned. Since there's hardly any sort of governance on the crimes being committed, Dogtown will be a tax-free zone. As such, players will be able to get pretty much anything from the black market. As far as the map size is concerned, in an article by Gamerant, it's mentioned it will be substantial since much of it will be within the confines of the Night City Stadium, a massive, unfinished sports stadium in Pacifica that has long since been abandoned. So the advent of this new expansion will also introduce us to a new faction, the Barghest. This faction was created by NUSA Colonel Kurt Hansen. We will speak about Kurt Hansen in a bit, but as far as the Barghest are concerned, they have been compared to South American drug lords. This gang is built up of former Militech soldiers who fought alongside Hansen during the Unification War, since they were against the idea of federal rule extending their rule over the separatist free states of Night City, pretending they were just uniting the nation. Okay, it's time for an Easter egg or a promised fun fact. The word Barghest is derived from Northern English folklore, where it refers to a mythical monstrous black dog with large teeth and did you know that they are creatures who can be actually summoned by enemies in The Witcher 3? Well, in the official trailer for Phantom Liberty, we see an armored monstrous mech similar to the replica of a black dog. Now, it may be just my speculation, but it could really mean something. Next, let's meet some of the characters of Phantom Liberty. Rather than starting with the obvious cast of characters, I thought of beginning with some of the lesser known ones, including the likes of an important character known as Kurt Hansen. So every area and faction in Night City has a leader who oversees stuff. Dogtown has Kurt Hansen, a former NUSA colonel who revolted against NUS President Rosalind Myers. When she gets elected as president in 2069, she initiates a unification program to extend federal rule over the free states under the pretense of strengthening the union. This led to the unification war. As such, USV are caught in the conflict between NUSA and the Barghest, with moral dilemmas and choices that will shape the ending of the game. By the way, there is another fun fact about the ending of Phantom Liberty, which is not a spoiler, but I will reveal a bit later. Circling back to the characters, obviously I need to speak about the immensely talented Idris Elba playing the role of Solomon Reed. So whose side is Solomon Reed on? Well, he is a NUSA Federal Intelligence Agency agent with a lot of covert and intelligence missions under his belt. His expertise gets called upon when it's time to uncover spies and netrunners. As such, he will infiltrate Dogtown during the events of the Unification War, and it's more than likely he will team up with V in his rescue mission. Keanu Reeves is back as Johnny Silverhand, who will continue to berate V at his inconsistencies or provide thoughtful advice or be a complete nuisance. We will also be introduced to new characters like Alina or Alex, who is a possible shifter. Yes, that's a thing in Phantom Liberty now. And Ash, Songbird, and Stella Ramos. So, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty is supposed to be the complete Cyberpunk 2077 we actually never received. In an interview with the creative director Pavel Sasko and the quest designer Despina Anataki, Video Game Chronicles were told that all the core mains systems of the game have been redone or updated in a major way. This means the NPCs will respond to sound, sight, and environmental cues and making their movements and reactions feel organic and authentic. The reaction time of the AI will be better. They will react to events, engage in conversations, and exhibit behaviors that make the game world feel more alive and immersive. If you decide to employ stealth and take out enemies silently, NPCs become more cautious and alert. Similarly, if you engage in all-out gunfights, enemies react aggressively and take cover strategically and even flank you. Now, I could have added this point to the AI discussion I just completed, but the enhancements to the police AI is immense and it deserves its own dedicated discussion. The police will be more proactive in detecting and responding to crimes. Their patrol routes may be dynamic and will adapt to the current criminal pattern. In the previously mentioned interview with VCG, Pavel Sasko also mentioned that the police AI has been rebuilt from the ground up and now has multiple levels with multiple archetypes of enemies who will chase you. GameSpot also mentions that the police AI will be similar to that of Grand Theft Auto 5, and that's huge. Even the wanted level has been overhauled. So, if you decide to commit crimes in quick succession, police will start tracking you in real time, and if your crimes or wanted level reaches a certain threshold, police will deploy MaxTac, a trained and specialized military unit that will hunt you down relentlessly until you are dead. Apart from this, there will be boss-like characters unleashed upon you by the police if you keep breaking the law. Okay, the major update in terms of combat is the addition of vehicular combat in Phantom Liberty. This will open a whole new avenue and opportunities in the expansion, and you will be able to equip vehicles with variety of weapons that can easily transform them into war machines. This means you will be able to hack and slash enemies with your swords or katanas on your bikes, or even try a drive-by on your target. And wait, this is not all. As per Eurogamer, they will be mounted guns and, wait for it, mounted rocket launchers too. A whole new variety of weapons and modifications will be added. As per Cyberpunk Games subreddit, Tech Double-Barrel Shotgun, Warden Smart Submachine, Thermal Katana, and Smoke Grenades are back. New weapons will also unlock new weapon modification slots. Now, if you recall, Witcher 3 had a major overhaul in terms of its finisher animations. Well, we have new gruesome finishers in Phantom Liberty, specifically melee finishers that have been completely revamped. There is now even a dedicated dodge button, which will definitely enhance the melee combat experience. Apart from this, game director Gabe Amatangelo mentioned that you can do the strong solo, pick people and throw them at others. You can even jump up in the air and dash while jumping, block bullets with your katana, reflect them into headshots like a Jedi from Star Wars, and a lot more. True to their claim of overhauling all major systems in the game, CDPR will also add some unique and new skill trees and perks. The CEO of New Blood Interactive was able to play Phantom Liberty early, and he posted an image of the skill tree on his Twitter account. This image shows that the new skill tree has some primary nodes, some secondary nodes, and ultimate nodes associated with the specific skill categories. So the primary nodes will be the primary skill, and the secondary nodes will support the primary ones, like a sort of a passive bonus. And the ultimate nodes available at the very top of each skill tree will be unlocked probably when you max out the primary nodes. Apart from these secondary nodes, there is a sixth skill slot that will add relics or upgrades to cyberwares. Along with this, hacking is also improved, which may be tied to specific skills. While speaking of skills, the long speculated cyber psychosis is now a thing in Phantom Liberty, which means Phantom Liberty will unlock the cyberware restrictions, and now we will be able to bypass how many cyberware you can physically handle. This is a prelude to the Edge Runner perk and will be a sort of a risk and reward mechanic. By the way, if you still haven't watched the anime Edge Runners on Netflix, I will strongly recommend that you do. But without digressing from the topic, if you install more cyberware than what your body can actually handle, then you risk turning into a mindless killing machine. And this will definitely impact combat, may open additional skill trees catering to the Edge Runner perk, and overall impact the game itself. The game director Gabe Amatangelo mentioned that the expansion will branch off into multiple endings from divergent storylines that unfold based upon your decisions. The choices you make will influence V's relationships, alliances, and the overall trajectory of the narrative. This will reflect the moral ambiguity within the game itself, where choices are neither entirely good nor entirely evil, affect characters' fates and the consequences based upon those choices, and even unlock a brand new sixth ending for the main Cyberpunk 2077 game. Also, there are rumors that the expansion may eventually lead to a good ending to the main game, where V gets ultimately cured and hence set events in motion for a much talked about sequel to Cyberpunk, codename Orion. Phantom Liberty is now adding a new radio station called 89.7 Growl FM that will sport 14 new tracks. Now, what is really special about this Growl FM is that CDPR hosted a music contest with a chance to feature the track in the game. And there were more than 7,500 plus tracks created and submitted by the community, and 14 tracks were hand-picked by CDPR. I will list down the link in the description where the community posted links to the submissions, but unfortunately didn't get selected, and they all sound amazing, and this left me wondering how great will be the chosen 14 tracks in the game. And there you have it, gamers, 10 major details on Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. To add, Phantom Liberty is available for next-gen consoles and for the PC only. It is not available for Xbox One X and PS4, and it will be priced at $29.99. If you found this video entertaining, you will absolutely love our 10 major details on the upcoming Spider-Man 2 and Assassin's Creed Mirage. Share your thoughts in the comments section on why you are excited about Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. We loved to read them. Until next time, keep gaming and keep gossiping.